Where did this lunatic come from? Don't you value your life?
You shut down my shop. I have nothing to say to that. But why involve all the innocent people on this street?
Was I innocent back then? Not at all. Drive.
Mr. Liu, I know I hurt you. Please spare Xiaoqi.
That depends on your sincerity.
Shameless woman. Out here seducing men again. You're not even fit to shine Mr. Liu's shoes? See, even if you stripped naked and stood in front of Mr. Liu, he wouldn't even look at you.
Mr. Liu. Miss Wu. She brought a few men, but Missa took them all down.
Call a meeting of all senior executives. In 3 days, I want to take over Wu Corporation.
Yes, Mr. Liu.
Suzia. The only one who can make your life a living hell is me.
Mr. Liu, is this sincerity enough?
Since you came here to be a maid, hurry up and tidy up.
Capable of making Mr. Liu this furious. It can't just be me, right?
You gotta dress up, real pretty. Tonight's dinner. Serve your master well.
Hurry up and wipe it.
The Jian family back then was the second largest family. Because of their failure to overthrow the Liu Corporation, they've now fallen to the bottom. Back then, Miss Jian knelt in the rain for 3 days and 3 nights just to beg the Liu family to spare the Jian family. Miss Jian, why bother with another girl? Why make things difficult? Lu Chuan really doesn't feel sorry for you.
You're still the same as you were back then. The moment I'm gone, you immediately seduce other men.
Pervert.
You think it's still the same as back then? The Liu family's door. You think you can come and go as you please?
If you have the guts, kill me.
No. This life will take it slow. I want you to live a long life. Z-check. You're right on time.
Give it back to me.
Suzia.
Can you help me escape the Liu family?
No way. I'm doing well. For my brothers, I go through fire and water. But for you, I can stab my brothers in the back. Let's go. Mr. Liu, should we go after them? Mr. Qin and Miss Su.
No need. She come back on her own.
And
by the way, Mr. Liu,
by M Media.
I heard Zhao Qi was in a car accident.
I heard. It was a comminuted fracture. For the rest of his life, he'll be in a wheelchair. Bones of Liu Zhenan.
He was a vegetable for 3 years. Just like my father. You'll die with your eyes open.
What are you smiling at? All 4 great families are here. This isn't where you belong.
Miss Jian, I wonder if the future Mrs. Qin is worthy of being here.
At Uncle Liu's funeral. You're flirting. Are you provoking the Liu family?
The Wu family's Livian son-in-law is staring at his ex-girlfriend. Still got feelings for her.
Wu King. You're pregnant. Don't get rough.
The
You're
film
just a
was translated
scheming woman
and
anyway.
narrated by M.
What are you planning now?
Don't be too nervous later. I'm afraid you'll have a miscarriage.
What are you going to do? Sushia, are you crazy?
The Lu, father and son, don't deserve a funeral.
Who said that? Mr. Chin, how well do you know your fiancée?
I don't know much about her. I know you very well. Too well.
In short, you shouldn't get involved in this.
Chuan, brother, I'm helping you. Don't let hatred blind you.
It seems Mr. Chin, you haven't had time to discipline your fiancée. Excuse us for a moment, we're going to change.
You.
Come with me. Mrs. Chin.
I can love any man in the world, but I will never love you. Never.
Never love you, then hate me.
As long as I can leave you, I'd rather rot in jail.
Mr. Lu.
Lu Chuan, you ruined everything for me. I ruined everything for you too. We're even. From now on we'll never see each other again.
CEO.
Husband, tell me, why do I always miscarry?
Wife. It's okay. Whether we have children or not. I love you.
Then tell me, will Sushia have a terrible time? In prison. She offended the Lu family after all.
Don't mention other irrelevant people at a time like this.
Cheers.
Wife, why are you coughing up blood again? The medicine I personally concocted for you. Did you drink it?
Your husband is really good to you. It's a pity that these years, your body is getting worse and worse. Your Jian family is almost drained by our Wu family. You piece of trash, still talking about this. You're so rude. The Wu family is at its peak. But the Wu family, does it still belong to the Wus?
Ji and she don't go too far.
Let go of me, even if the Wu family doesn't belong to the Wus. It belongs to Zhao, but Zhao Qi is my husband. You old nun. Never touched a man in your life. What did you say? Stop arguing, stop arguing.
Miss Wu. Provoking her like this. Aren't you afraid she'll seduce your husband?
Young Master Qin really is a spectator. But it's easy to be a prodigal son. Just don't know the Qin family's fortune. Can they afford to lose it?
Ruins it.
Sushia, you're not dead.
This is impossible. Back then, clearly, in front of everyone. Could he be the double Mr. Lu found?
How lively. Marriage contract.
Mr. Lu, could it be You want to marry a double.
I see. Whoever wants to be it.
Stop.
I understand. Ordinary people, in the eyes of you tycoons, are either slaves or playthings.
You
The
still say
film
you're
was
not Susha.
translated
Even the force of
and
the slap
narrated by
is
M
exactly the
Media.
same.
It seems. You've been slapped quite a bit. What? Siu Xia stole your husband.
Wu King. Come back.
Is Miss Wu blind? Didn't she see there's no injury on her hand? Or has she become senile? Forgotten that she accompanied Grandpa. Sushia is already dead. Why deceive yourself? I'm sorry, Mr. Liu. I'm not qualified to comment on Mrs. Liu.
Isn't everyone hungry? Come eat. Your name is Ruin Zen.
Might as well tell everyone. I commute by public transport every day. I've lived an ordinary life for over 20 years. I didn't expect to be chosen by a wealthy family and brought here as a double. If wealthy families are really that good, then why did Siu Xia die?
It's getting late. We won't disturb you any longer.
Actually, that day I saw your tears.
You're provoking me.
No. I'm begging you. Begging you to let me go. You love her so much. No one can replace her. Right.
Sleep with me and then run. 10 hours ago.
Really? Nice face. Good figure. If you weren't crazy, maybe I would fall in love with you.
From now on, I won't allow you to drink with any other man besides me.
Mr. Zhao, your wife went to the mental hospital today and picked someone up.
Yang Lu.
My biggest mistake in this life was giving birth to you. Die, Susha.
Yes, Mr. Zhao. Back then Yang Lu burned her own face. After being disfigured, she went mad. She's been in the mental hospital, cursing Miss Su.
Go to the Lu family immediately.
But Mr. Zhao, today is Mr. Lu's wedding. The streets are empty. The whole city is jammed.
Less nonsense. Go.
Yes. The ceremony will now begin. Groom, you may kiss your bride.
Wait.
All the
film
guests
was
are here.
translated and
What are you trying to do
narrated
now?
by M Media.
Mr. Lu,
Susha. The taste of sulfuric acid. You should try it too.
take her away.
No one will get away with this. You're all going to die.
Take her away.
Let me go. Die.
I can't share a husband with another woman. Not even if she's dead.
Mr. Lu, I told you. Yang Lu snuck in Why didn't you? Could it be that you're using Yang Lu to test her?
Investigate all plastic surgery hospital records from the past 5 years.
Understood.
After 8 years apart, unexpectedly, seeing my mother again, no one could remain indifferent, no flicker of recognition. But she looked at me like a complete stranger.
Funny, isn't it? I tried everything to escape the wedding. But in the end, I still crawled back to you. Manager, are you firing me?
Firing you. But you're our CEO's wife. This company is yours. Why don't you fire me instead?
Since when did this company become Lu Corporation property?
Today.
Here's my resume. I'm here to apply for a job.
Apply for a job, but you're our group's CEO's wife. Why don't you hire me instead?
Sign here. Mr. Lu. We'll divorce in a year. Forced into this situation, I guess I can only be a professional stand-in, taking a stand-in as a job without investing any emotion. And a year is enough for you to get tired of playing. Change to another one.
Go change your clothes. Now. Laugh. Keep laughing.
I'm not her. How could I possibly laugh exactly like her?
Then learn. Learn until I'm satisfied.
She's already dead. No matter what you do, it's useless.
You're very good at provoking me. But this point is quite similar to her.
Are you blaming me for kissing you in the bathtub? Why don't you kiss me back? Look closely. I'm Ruinjun.
Right, you're Ruinzin. The Jian family is in deep crisis. You're nothing but Jianji's dog.
What are you talking about?
Since you're the Jian family's dog, you must love the Jian family's wine. Finish this bottle.
You pervert. No wonder Su Xia doesn't want you. I know I can't escape. Tonight, I'll finish all this wine. Sign the agreement. Set me free after a year.
Translated and narrated
All right.
by M Media.
If you're still alive. Wake up. Get lost. On the night of the banquet at the Lu family.
Are you having stomach pains again?
How did you know?
Take some medicine. This medicine works well for Xia.
Thank you.
Today the 4 great families have a regular gathering. Everyone is in the dining room. Only you sneaked out to seduce my husband.
Seduce? Is that so?
Yo, Miss Wu. Such beautiful hands. Are they just for hitting women?
Anyway, when I see your face, I feel disgusted. I don't care if you are Susha or not. You're just a piece of goods who relies on our body to climb up the ranks.
Thank you for your compliment on my appearance.
Just a stand-in. You really think you can fly up a branch and become a phoenix? Look, no matter how we bully you, your husband doesn't care about you. Mrs. Lu, it was this hand just now. That seduced my husband, right?
These women are really savage.
Young Master Lu is watching this drama with great relish. Does young Master Chen also want to play the hero and save the beauty? Say, if your face were scarred, would any man still protect you? Mr. Lu,
Get lost. I don't care about the person. But this face is something you can touch. Kneel down. Look up. Remember, you are not qualified to give birth to my child. Did I let you go?
What else do you want to do?
Miss Jian's birthday party. Come with me. You're very bold. Acting in front of me, without a single flaw.
What am I acting? Aren't we going to the birthday party? Driving so fast just now. Do you not value your life?
Shut up. She wouldn't cry. Nor is she afraid of death. You resemble her. But you're not her. So I will turn you into her.
Lu Chuan. No one never cries. This so-called person. Who doesn't cry? It's just because. When she cried, you weren't there.
You need to remember this. I can change you. And I can ruin you. Whether it's the Jian family or the Wu family. Stay by my side obediently. Don't do anything unnecessary.
you're quite daring. You even dare to appear before me. Seducing. Brother Lu Chuan wasn't enough. You want to seduce Zhou Qi too, don't you? How dare you hit me?
Miss Wu. 3 strikes, you're out. Brother.
Everything is this person's fault. This woman. Is she really not Su Xie?
What's the result?
Mr. Liu, the doctor performed a full-body examination on Miss Ruin and confirmed that only her face has slight redness and swelling. Her entire body and palms show no signs of minor injuries.
It's better to have a memory to hold on to. In that case,
So being Mr. Liu's woman also requires compromise and subservience. Playing both sides. No wonder. Su Xie would rather die than be near a devil like you.
that fearless look. She's just like her. But don't forget. Your sister's grave. I can dig it up at any time. Let me hear from your mouth again, hearing the word brother. I want your life.
Mrs. Liu. What are you waiting for? Kneel down.
What constitutes an apology?
Husband. My hand really hurts. But I really saw. Her face disgusts me. I'm willing to reconcile. But first slap her. 30 slaps. Will you hit her for me? Madam Liu. Why don't you kneel down and compromise a little my husband's body?
Wu Qing. My apology. Watch carefully. my apology. Is Miss Wu satisfied?
Enough.
Do you really not value your life?
No. My life is just cheap. And you all. Each of your lives is more precious than gold. Is that enough, Mr. Devil?
Are you crazy?
My life is just worthless. I'm not afraid to die, and all of you. Each of your lives is worth more than gold.
Stop. Who told you to leave?
Haven't you already apologized?
Since you chose a peaceful resolution. Now it's your turn to apologize to my wife.
Who does she think she is? Why should I apologize to her?
Then try and see if you can leave the Liu family. 1 billion. In exchange for you smashing that glass of red wine on her. That slap you do it yourself. Or I'll have the bodyguards do it. Wrong posture. Not enough force.
Have you given up yet?
I'm not hitting you. I'm afraid of dirtying my own hands. Get out.
Husband,
The film was translated
why didn't you help me just now?
and narrated by
you just watched them bully
Media.
me. Are you still thinking about...
Get out of the car.
What did you say?
Please get out of the car, madam.
Let go. Zhao Qi, how can you do this to me? Zhao Qi,
I don't want to see my wife. Return completely unharmed. Drive.
Zhao Qi, how can you do this to me? Zhao Qi, don't leave me, Zhao Qi. Zhao Qi,
Nothing to say.
I'm sorry. But like this. You probably look more like your Miss Sue.
No. You're wrong. You look more like her. Now that you're hurt,
You're not angry.
if you don't want me to shut your mouth, then keep it closed.
Which one is the real you?
you actually left me there. Do you know I was almost assaulted by thugs?
Let's get a divorce.
Why? It must be because I lost that 1 billion right. The shares. I'll give you all my shares. I'll transfer everything to you, okay? Husband, we're not getting divorced. I beg you. This stand-in is far inferior to Madame in bearing. She's good at playing the victim, though.
Oh, stop it!
Let's get to work. Tomorrow is Madame's death anniversary. Sir wants to see Madame's belongings. Miss Ruin, this isn't a place someone of your status can come to.
What's my status?
Miss Ruin, a stand-in is just a stand-in. You think just because of your face, you can do whatever you want.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
If you want to argue or make a scene, don't do it here.
Yes.
The servants said you today. Deliberately put yourself forward. Haven't you learned your lesson?
Deliberately? No. In your heart, am I forever just a scheming plaything?
Good that you know.
Miss Sue, from now on, Ruin Zan is your new identity?
Even if Lu Chuan investigates and finds something amiss. I've also left behind measures at Jian Family's Plastic Surgery Hospital.
Miss Ruin, please sign here.
A stand-in, huh? So many scores to settle. Where do I even begin?
Miss Ren, Sir has prepared many black dresses for you. Madam always liked black dresses. Today is Madam's death anniversary. You're actually a stand-in. It's best to cater to his preferences, lest you spoil things.
Even if I am a stand-in, I'm still your master.
The film was
And you
translated
will
and
always be a
narrated by
servant.
M Media.
Is she dead? If you're not dead, come here and put this necklace on for me. Afraid? If you don't want your face ruined, don't force me to press your face in. Understand?
Miss Sue, you're very different today. I almost thought she was back.
What? Lu Chuan isn't with you.
You didn't know, did you? Today is Su Xia's death anniversary. Every year on Su Xia's death anniversary, a banquet is held here. Lu Chuan invites all those who bullied Su Xia. But he himself won't show up.
Mr. Lu is brilliant, performing deep affection from the living for the dead to see. Only the dead won't jump out and refuse. I wonder, Mr. Chin, what role did you play in bullying CUXIA? Excuse me.
This injury of yours, Lu Chuan actually hit you.
No. Mr. Zhao, you're mistaken.
I'll ask him.
Mr. Zhao, go ask. Why would you cover for me, eh? The stand-in takes the lead.
I'm meddling. A stand-in will eventually get fed up with it. The games of the wealthy are always like this. When he gets tired of you, you'll be free.
Then may I ask Mr. Zhao if he really sets me free? Then, am I Ruinjun? Or CUXIA?
This face, it makes me sick. Dead for so long, yet her ghost still lingers. Whether she's dead or not is still uncertain.
So you're the one who bullied CUXIA the most, huh? As her stand-in. This slap, I'm giving it to you for CUXIA.
That's right. So you want to know how I bullied Su Xia? Nobody stopped me today. Is this blood?
Call the family doctor.
What's wrong with me?
You've had a miscarriage.
I was pregnant. What about Wu Qing?
The Wu family is innocent in this matter. What right do you have to have a miscarriage?
I'm the stand-in. I deserve to die. Let me go.
I have things to do. I'll be going now.
Mr. Liu. You're Miss Ruin.
Decide Suzia. I won't love anyone else. If I can love her,
The film was translated
Then she must be
and
Suzia.
narrated by M Media.
I understand.
Mommy, don't leave me. Zhao Xiao, be good. Dad, I've lost another child.
Suzia. It really is you. It's always been you. One once tacitly allowed. Condone every stab. Handed over every blade. That they all turned into. 8 years ago. Blades pointed at me. Carving me up piece by piece. Insolence. Who let you in?
This is your home. But it will soon be mine.
Careful.
Crazy. Are you looking for death?
Sushia. Are you alright?
Mr. Zhao, what is the meaning of this?
Do you remember the 3 years we spent together?
What are you talking about?
The Liu family is too powerful. The hypnotist and doctor said they could only hypnotize, implant memories. I just wanted to protect you.
Zhao Ji, did you protect me?
Trust me. I will definitely take you away from the Liu family.
Zhao Ji, you still don't understand me. Even if you did it to protect me, I don't like having my life arranged. Not even by you. It's not allowed.
Sushia. This is the first time. And the last. This miscarriage. I'll give you an explanation.
Stand-in. You're more like the real deal.
After this miscarriage, I'm afraid you won't be able to conceive again.
Get out.
It's all right. I don't care about that. Isn't it good this way? Your health is getting worse and worse. Get more rest.
It's always that woman. Disturbing my peace. That's why I couldn't keep it. Now it's good. No one will disturb me anymore.
Are you sure?
Feeling better.
Mr. Liu, please don't come near me
The
anymore.
film was translated and
I didn't know you were
narrated
pregnant.
by M Media.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, what would you do? Pretty good. This child shouldn't have come. Between you and me, if we had a child, it would be a curse.
You hate me that much.
Yes. I hate you to the bone. If you still have any pity for me, I beg you, grant me one request.
Tell me. As long as I can do it.
Set me free.
No. No way. I will never lose you.
Why bother? I'm just a stand-in. If you really like her, you can have someone made to look like me. With the Liu family's power, you can have as many as you want.
Mr. Liu, Wu King is dead. You said she was fine. How did she die? If I were that young. Chuan.
Mr. Liu,
Wu Qing is dead. Does anyone have anything to say?
The Wu family's affairs are none of your concern.
That's not true. Our Chuan is the head of the 4 great families. Now that someone has died, he naturally has to take care of it. Besides, her death is particularly suspicious.
Wu Qing and I were quite close. She drew up a will before she died. The lawyer will be here later.
Lawyer,
What? You didn't know?
how could I not know? Our relationship has always been deep. We never argued after marriage. You all know that.
A relationship is naturally good. A dog should have the awareness of a dog. Being a kept man isn't easy, is it?
You,
Just kidding. Everyone knows. I have a loose tongue. I unintentionally poked someone's spine. Don't take it seriously. How about it beautiful? Want it tonight? Spend a good night together.
Wu King. I've put up with you in every way, willingly fallen to become the Wu family's Livian son-in-law. Enduring the disdain of others, I waited until you were completely obedient. I didn't expect that you'd have one last trick up your sleeve. Xia.
Wu Qing is dead. Is this the explanation you give me?
I had no other choice. The Wu family may seem vast and prosperous, but in reality, they've always looked down on me.
Wu Qing treated you well.
Not cruel. She was just looking for someone who could tolerate her spoiled brat behavior, that's all. And I've investigated. Her coming to me was nothing more than Lu Chuan's way of humiliating me. The reason they did this was to tear us apart.
You've changed. Zhaoqi. You're becoming more and more like them.
Is that so? Then look at these legs of mine. All these years, no matter how I punch and beat them, I've never felt a thing. And look at the person you say treated me well. Look what she did to me.
Zhaoqi. Is power really that intoxicating?
Power is intoxicating. At least it allows me to have you to protect you. I can stand
The film
tall
was translated and narrated by Media.
instead of being a dog. None of the 4 great families are clean. Wu King included. She deserved to die.
What are you doing? Let go. She's my wife.
So what?
Believe it or not, I can make this hand of yours, just like your legs, without any feeling at all.
I believe you. You can try it right now.
Very well. A few years of luxurious living has given you a dog, some backbone.
Is that so? Well, I owe it all to Mr. Liu's generosity back then.
You.
Both of you let go of me. Let go. I'm Mrs. Liu now. Mr. Xiao, grabbing my hand like this is rather inappropriate. I heard something big happened at the Wu families. Everyone's in the meeting hall. I've been lying in bed. And I'm getting bored. Why don't we go listen?
Okay.
Use the restroom. You've been in there for so long. Are you nervous? Don't end up with nothing.
Wu King, I placed so many spies around you every day. When did you go and make a will? I never knew. It seems you weren't so incompetent and foolish after all, but the Wu family, I'm determined to get it.
Everyone, comply. Miss Wu King's will and testament. What the Wu family gave Miss Wu King, all property, and Miss Wu King's privately invested movable property and real estate, all belong to her partner Mr. Zhao Qi.
Zhao Ji. Regardless of what kind of person Wu Qing was, same old story. She treated you quite well, really.
This Miss Ruin is a pushover. If I weren't a low-class person, I'd be afraid of her. Our madam has been dead for several years. You think our sir really misses her? He's just missing the shadow in his heart, that's all.
Turns out kindness really invites bullying. It's true. I remember I warned you once.
Miss Ruin, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I shouldn't have said those things behind your back.
You can go.
Yes.
I originally thought you were dissatisfied with me. But now it seems you're dissatisfied with the person sitting in Mrs. Liu's position. You're dissatisfied because that position isn't occupied by you, so no one is worth it.
Miss Rasay, you really have no self-awareness, do you? Who are you trying to scare? I said I want to be Mrs. Liu. You really think too highly of yourself, don't you? In the Liu family, you a substitute are nothing.
And what are you?
Sir, you finally returned. It's Miss Ruin. Miss Ruin has shown great disrespect. To Madam, I merely intended to offer a few words of advice, but I didn't expect Miss Ruin to fly into such a rage. She directed many harsh words at Madam I couldn't restrain myself from delivering.
This slap. This slap is for me, the stand-in. This slap is for the madam you speak of. Get out. I've learned my lesson. I won't rely on you to shelter me or protect me anymore.
According to Clause 6, Section 7 of our employment contract. Do I need to read it word for word to you?
$1 million? Sir, I haven't done anything wrong. Please don't do this.
I wanted to find witnesses to confront you, but I don't have the time. Either you pay, otherwise you will find no refuge. Among the elite familiessa, there will be no place for you.
Feel free to ask.
What have you done to ruin Zen? Tell me everything. What do you want? Before you'll agree to stay.
Unless I die.
This is how she lived. At the Liu family estate. Zia. Is that you?
Mr. Liu. It's Ruinjun.
No. You're not. You're the stand-in.
No. My dear brother. I'm your sister. Lu Chuan. Since you won't let her go, I have no choice but to strike first. Lu
The film
Chuan,
was
from now
translated
on we go
and
our separate
narrated
ways.
by Media.
Mr. Liu. Madam has booked a flight to City C. And,
What?
Madam seems to be looking for a job. We found a job offer for her. At a studio in City C in our mailbox.
Book a flight. Also, acquire that studio for me. At any cost.
But Mr. Liu, we have no business in City C. A sudden acquisition, I'm afraid.
Might not be possible. Then create an opportunity. I want to see a proposal for establishing a branch office in City C by tomorrow.
Yes.
Suzia, you can leave. I won't stop you or say goodbye. But I will never let you go.
Hello, I'm here for onboarding. What's the procedure?
The CFO is out on business today. What did you say? You're here for onboarding.
Scott Commercial Real Estate. The address is correct, right?
Assistant.
Vice President. This is the new assistant you were looking for.
Jiaosu, right? Come with me. Find her a workstation.
Okay.
Jiaosu. What made you decide to join our company?
I was recently released from prison, and I don't have any work experience. Only your company would hire me.
What did you do?
Sort of. Attempted murder. Does that bother you?
No. You don't have violent tendencies, do you?
I do.
Oh well, alright then. You can leave now. If you need anything, just come to me. Is there something wrong with this girl?
Women's restroom.
The company is hiring just anyone these days. True. After all, not everyone has self-awareness. There are so many thick-skinned people in the world.
It's true, not everyone has self-awareness. Sis, you seem old and gossipy. I almost thought you owned the company. I don't want to interfere, but I'm a kind person. Your lipstick is smudged.
This information is incorrect. Didn't I tell you not to use this template? You can't even handle such a small task.
Did you? Do you want me to pull up the chat logs?
I told you verbally. I'm afraid some people's minds aren't even on this.
Just redo it.
Someone just out of prison can't do anything right.
What's going on?
Mr. Liu. I asked her to print a report and she couldn't even do that right. Look at her.
Just redo it. What's the fuss about?
This is a work mistake, Mr. Liu.
Jiaosu, don't worry about it. Come with me.
Don't you love me anymore? You even yelled at me today.
The film was
Are you into her
translated
face?
and narrated by
Of course not. Su Xia just got here. The girl is inexperienced. You have to go easy on her. The company is in acquisition talks. Don't cause trouble, or I can't protect you.
You're blaming me again. You don't like me anymore, do you?
Of course not. I like you just the way you are, little smooth talker.
How could someone like you, having been to prison, compare to me?
Seems she's taken me for a rival.
Mr. Liu, Madam has already taken up her position at the studio. However,
What's wrong?
because of the acquisition, I investigated the studio. Madam's direct superior at the studio, that is the studio's vice president Liu Wei, has a history of misconduct with women. I'm worried. Zhao Su, not going home yet? Come with me.
What is the meaning of this?
What I mean is, girls shouldn't work till late. How about I give you a ride?
No need. Your wife. You should probably hurry home to her.
Your shampoo smells lovely.
Your wife should smell even better. If the vice president isn't in a hurry to go home, I don't mind. Just about the shampoo. Calling your wife.
Go home early.
Susha, have you no shame? You dare seduce my man in front of me. My previous warning. Didn't you hear it?
Say that again.
I said you have no shame. No wonder you've been in jail.
Are you sober now?
You dare splash me? You think I'll fire you tomorrow?
I don't. Are you blind? Didn't you see me avoiding him?
Was it all an act before? Is this your true face?
Those little tricks before. Playing them once is enough. I'll let you off for now. However, please control the man you speak of. Don't worry. I'm not interested in him. I'm picky unlike you. No taboos. A word of advice. You can't handle this kind of man. Get out early.
Remember to finish before leaving work.
These. I have to see all of these today.
The company is currently in talks with a top-tier conglomerate in Jingcheng about an acquisition. Work hard.
You're going to splash me again.
No.
Tell me what's going on.
Mr. Liu, when are you finally getting divorced? When will you come and marry me? The files he gave you today are all useless.
He's messing with me on purpose. Vice President Liu, I've read all these files.
I've read them all.
Yes. Then Vice President Liu, how can you prove the acquisition negotiations will use these discarded files?
Zhao Su, I truly like you. I know what you're thinking. Tell me, what are your conditions? Except for a marriage certificate, I can give you anything.
In that case, then I'm relieved.
Good. I knew I was right about you.
The film was
So tonight-
translated and narrated by
Mrs.
M
Liu, did you
Media.
hear all that?
You. Who are you calling? My wife. You set me up.
Yeah, what a surprise. Didn't expect you to be so thirsty, Mr. Liu.
Su Xia, do you know who I am? You'll pay for this.
My resignation letter is already in your inbox.
Su Xia. You turned down the drink, now you're asking for the punishment. Deep into the night. Let's see how I deal with you.
Lu Wei, if you dare try anything. I'll call the police. This video is my evidence.
Good. You wanna die too?
Go.
I'm sorry. I didn't know he'd dare force himself on you.
Thank you.
No. I should be thanking you. I know it's all my fault. But I'm just not reconciled. Can you help me? Please.
You helped me. I helped you. We're even.
I'm afraid you won't let this go.
Is that so? Well, I don't plan on letting him off either.
Aren't you afraid of his revenge? What if he calls the police?
He wouldn't dare. I could report him for attempted rape. He should be glad I haven't. Let's go.
So cool.
Mr. Liu. This is Mrs. Liu's information for the past month. We've also checked the studio surveillance. There's a clip here. Sushia, where do you think you're going?
I already sent my resignation to your inbox. I'm here to finalize my resignation.
Company policy states you need to submit your resignation 3 days in advance during the probationary period. This is only your second day. What got something to hide? Fine, you can leave immediately after you finish this meeting with us. Then I'll let you go right away.
And if I refuse?
Do you want to be blacklisted in this industry?
Keep your word.
What are you doing sitting there? Don't you know how to serve tea?
Little Sue doesn't serve tea. She only seduces men. That's right.
I'll do it.
This water is scorching. Are you trying to scald me to death?
How dare you hit her? She's been to prison. She's capable of anything. Mr. Liu, please let Susha go.
We had an agreement. After this meeting, I'll let her go. Can't even handle a meeting. Besides, isn't an intern supposed to serve everyone? Exactly. Sushia, you got my files dirty. Where's the trash can?
The trash can is far away.
Murder. Murderer.
Susha, you murderer. I'll kill you. Calm down.
Sushia, you're out of control. Assaulting someone in public.
The film
Call the
was
police for me.
translated and
I dare you to.
narrated by M Media.
Susha, do you know him?
No.
Dressed like this. He's probably some rich lady's cat boy, right? Exactly.
Who are you? Got the wrong place, haven't you?
No, this is the right place. Right here.
You little punk. Sticking up for her, are you?
That's right. Doing a good deed is everyone's responsibility.
You better get this straight. She assaulted someone in public. Attempted murder. That's at least a few years in prison. And she has a prior record. That's an aggravating factor.
Is that so?
No.
What do you have to say?
What explanation does a murderer need? Isn't this evidence enough? Exactly. Who knew she'd suddenly go crazy? She just grabbed an ashtray and smashed it over my head. We have witnesses and evidence. So are you saying she's being falsely accused?
Then call the police.
What?
Don't know how to dial 110.
What do you mean? You weren't saying that just now.
I wasn't thinking straight. Now I've figured it out.
What do you mean?
The police will check the surveillance footage. The truth will come out. You're ganging up on her. Falsely accusing her. She was just acting in self-defense. I didn't expect you to be so angry. And to try and frame her.
You know who I am, right? How dare you talk to me like that?
Then I'd like to know.
Liu Corporation. Never heard of it.
You. I'll work for Liu Corporation.
Of course. Well, not yet. But our company is about to be acquired by Lu Corporation. They're a top-tier conglomerate. Not someone a pretty boy like you can mess with. I advise you to get lost.
So you haven't even landed a rich partner yet, and you're already acting high and mighty.
Tough guy. I'll tell you what. Get on your knees and call me Grandpa, while you still can. Otherwise tomorrow I'll have Secretary Lee take care of you and your sugar mama. Together.
Who? Did I hear that right? Secretary Lee.
What? Scared now, are you?
Scared? Your backer wouldn't dare show up.
Kid, don't get too cocky or you'll bite your tongue.
You should know Assistant He.
Assistant He? He's my sworn brother.
Is that so?
What else did you think? How do you think our company got involved with the Lu Corporation? Got hooked up, I mean. It's all thanks to my solid relationship with Secretary Lee and Assistant He.
That's good. Hello, Mr. Liu. Assistant He. I'll give you 10 minutes to get in front of me.
10 minutes.
If you don't make it, you can go oversee the Myanmar branch.
10 minutes isn't enough, Mr. Liu. Hello. Hello, Mr. Liu. Assistant He, which Assistant He? There are a lot of people surnamed He. Loads of them. You think you can just find any random person surnamed He and use them as backing?
Exactly. 10 seconds left.
Mr. Liu. Finally made it. What are your orders?
Quick. Catch up with your sworn brother. Have a little chat.
Mr. Liu. Who is he? He's.
I don't know him.
Kid, are you trying to trap me?
Oh, I get it. You're probably closer to Manager Lee, right? Assistant He. Call Lee Yan. Tell him to fly over here and see me immediately.
Understood.
Looks like Lee Yan will take a while to get here.
Pretty boy. Who the hell are you? Watch your mouth.
Who I am
The film
is
was
something Miss Su should know very well.
and narrated by M Media.
Su Xia. You really don't recognize me.
I don't.
Miss Su, think carefully. Someone as distinguished as Mr. Liu. How could you not know him? Why don't you think again?
Everyone has their own charm. Someone like Mr. Liu, I couldn't possibly reach his level. I'd much rather be close to someone like Vice President Liu.
Really? Really?
Absolutely.
What's up with Susha? Doesn't she usually hate guys like Vice President Liu? Yeah.
She clearly, I think she has a grudge against that pretty boy. Now that he's here looking for trouble, she's sucking up to our Mr. Liu. You're pretty clever though. Sucking up to our boss is the same as sucking up to the Lu Corporation, right? No matter how capable that pretty boy is, can he compare to our Lu family? Su Xia. Don't worry. As long as I'm here, I'll protect you.
Su Xia.
How dare you call her Su Xia?
Shut up, I'm not talking to you.
If you want to talk to Su Xia, you'll have to go through me first.
Vice President Liu.
Su Xia, don't worry. As long as I'm here, even God himself can't touch you.
I hope you don't regret this.
You think I'm scared?
Vice President Liu, what are you doing? Be rational. Don't make a big fuss over a woman.
Liu Wei, by doing this, have you considered the consequences?
Wanna fight? Ready.
Come on, best out of 3. You definitely can't beat me. So you want to arm wrestle? Our Mr. Liu never does anything so embarrassing.
I'll do it.
You really don't know him.
Don't know him.
Then why did he stand up for you?
He's probably sick.
Your turn's over. Now it's my turn. Let's change the location. Let's add a new stake.
What stake?
Su Xia.
Okay, you're a straightforward person indeed. As long as you win today, you can take Su Xia with you. It's a deal. I'll go first. Refreshing. You're truly a straightforward person. No matter the outcome today, I'm making you my friend. Continue.
The steak is sushi. How can I miss this?
Z chat.
Mr. Liu,
Zhaoji. Your leg.
my leg is healed. Sushi, I can finally love you without worry.
You remember wrong. I've never loved you.
It doesn't matter. Life is long. You have plenty of time to fall in love with me.
Is this your first love?
Of course not. First love only deserves to live in the heart. I can still let him live in reality.
Z chat, did you hear that? First love only deserves to live in the heart.
At least I still live in Sushia's heart.
Z chat. You're quite free. Why did you come to City C instead of working?
I'm not as free as Mr. Liu. Personally coming to City C to develop business. So, it's getting cold. The Liu family is going bankrupt again.
I say, brother. I say, newbie. Don't look for trouble. This is my brother. Brother, there's nothing a drink can't solve.
Shut up. Suzia. How do you think this should be resolved?
It has nothing to do with me. No comment.
Fine, then we'll do as Deputy General Manager Liu says. We'll do it your way. Assistant He. Pour the drinks.
Understood, Mr. Liu.
Found it. Where?
What can I do? I'm not just shamelessly squatting at her door, waiting for her to soften and let me in.
City C.
That won't do. Why should someone else be the father of my child?
The film
Okay, I
was
understand.
translated and
No one but
narrated
me is
by
worthy.
Media.
All right, shut your mouth. Where are you going so late?
Z chat. If you can win 1 out of 3 rounds, I'll grant you the win. If I can't, out.
I choose heads.
Heads.
$15 points.
16 points.
Again.
$21 points.
22 points.
Lu Chuan. Every time I'm just one step away.
From beginning to end. Just 1 step away. But it can't be undone.
This is uncanny. 3 times. All just a little bit short.
This is a coincidence, right?
Lu Chuan. I'm not reconciled.
Z chat. What truly determines elimination is never the points. It's destiny.
That's right, brother. A loss is a loss.
Zhaoji. You did lose.
Sushia. I've already lost everything. This time, I absolutely cannot lose you again.
Zhao Qi, what are you doing? Brother? It's just a game. No need to take it seriously.
Sha. What's their deal? These two don't look like good people. I'm afraid you won't let it go.
Is that so? I wasn't planning on letting him go anyway.
Should we call the police?
Sit down. Lu Chuan, do you dare to gamble?
Sure. 1 last round.
Of course.
No need.
This round, let's make it interesting. Just rolling dice is boring. No matter who wins or loses, the loser will always be resentful. The few of us have been entangled for so many years. This time there needs to be a conclusion. Winner takes all. I choose heads. Sushia, roll the dice. The loser voluntarily cuts off their hand, voluntarily bows out. Lu Chuan, I don't believe it. that I'll always have bad luck. And will always be inferior to you.
Zhaoji. Are you crazy?
Yeah. From the day you entered the Lu family, I've been fucking crazy. Lu Chuan, do you dare to bet?
For you, I'll gamble. Why so surprised? If I die, won't it just suit you? Don't worry. I've always been lucky. I could climb out of hell. I could find you among the masses. Naturally, I can also survive this gamble. Suziya, you should be the one worried. If I win, how will you compensate me?
Barbecue restaurant. Could the sugar daddy she found be a barbecue guy?
Sushia. Actually, I've always been resentful. So I desperately climbed my way up. For power. For status. To get you. But it seems like I always fall short, just a little bit short. I want to gamble one last time.
But Zhaoji. I'm not worth it.
I know my own worth. Lu Chuan, who's first?
The film was translated
Zhao
and
what are you doing
narrated
here?
by
What are you here
Media.
for?
I'm here to see Sushie. Susha, I want to ask you to be my bridesmaid.
You're getting married.
Yes.
Congratulations. To whom?
To me.
You're following me.
I'm worried about my son.
Congratulations.
My Chuan knows just what to say. Thanks.
Luchuan don't get any ideas. He's just my son's sperm donor. My groom is someone else.
I will never allow my son to call a thief his father.
Call a thief father. Chin Huai. Did your gym teacher teach you?
Any other man is a thief.
You?
Enough. Take your flirting home.
They're a bit crazy, aren't they? Why didn't you stop them?
Who are they to me? Why should I care about them?
Right. These two lunatics? Each one more abnormal than the last.
Suziya. About everything that happened. I regret it.
Mr. Lu predicted this. There are things I regret too.
Still the same as always. Don't worry.
I'm just testing the waters. If you two still respect me, don't make such pointless jokes. I'm not anyone's wager. I am my own person.
Suziya, do you hate me? I'll give you a chance.
If this knife goes in, and you really die, won't I become a sinner? Your death wouldn't be a loss, but don't try to drag me down with you.
Every gamble has its risks. I admit I'm a high roller. But Suziya, as long as you want to win, I'll never let you lose. Either you stab me with the knife.
I won't hurt you. Are you satisfied now?
Thank you, madam, for sparing my life.
Madam, what madam? Don't tell me this can't be.
Su Xiao's information said she was single.
Lu. Don't talk nonsense. Be careful, you'll get struck by lightning.
Mind your own business. Wu family's live ein son-in-law. Be careful, heaven will take you. Let you reunite as husband and wife.
Chuaner, please stop. Let it be a good deed for my child.
Why make such a scene? Sushi, say something.
My life belongs to me. If you don't value it, don't expect others to. They forced me into this. Have you ever considered my feelings?
Sushia.
My life is my own. Either I win today and walk out of here with my head held high, or I lose.
Lu Chuan, you win.
Alright. Then we won't disturb you any longer. Since everything's settled, we'll take our leave.
The heads of the Bai and Wang families. What are they doing here? Mr. Wang. Mr. Lu. Sorry to keep you waiting. Please forgive us.
It's nothing. I'm here on personal business. There's no need for formalities.
Personal business. What kind of personal business requires your personal attention? With a single word from you, no one in C City would dare refuse you. Mr. Wang. Who is he? How can you even ask? I heard you dared to befriend Mr. Lu He. You nearly gave me a heart attack. You can die if you want, but don't drag us down with you. We're still hoping to get some scraps from Mr. Lu's table. No, Mr. Wang.
The film was
What are you saying?
translated and
It was this kid who
narrated
came
by
here,
M Media.
looking for trouble. This is Lu Chuan, the head of the Lu Corporation. Mr. Lu. Let's not even talk about whether you were wrong or not, even if you weren't. If he says you're wrong, then you're wrong. The Lu Corporation. You useless thing. But Mr. Wang. I was just fighting with him over a woman. A woman? What woman? Who is she?
She's my wife.
I am myself. Vice President Liu, I think this is the end of the line for today's gathering. I'll be going now.
All right.
About your resignation.
Oh, absolutely not. The company needs someone like Miss Su. A talent like you is exactly what our company needs. How about this? Starting tomorrow, you'll be our department manager. We'll triple your salary. No, quadruple it. Miss Su, please reconsider.
Deal. Who can resist money?
Miss Su, I'll escort you home. Mr. Lu.
Manager Lee. I hear you've been doing quite a bit of good work behind the Lu Corporation's back. Our Myanmar branch needs someone like you. Report there tomorrow. You don't need to come back for 10 years.
Sir. I'm so sorry. I misread the license plate.
That's right. It's this car.
Then I'll cancel the order. I won't take up any more of your time. What did you do to my phone?
Nothing. I just spent a little money. I bought this ride-hailing platform and linked your account to my car. From now on, this is your private car.
Are you bored?
Not bored.
What are you trying to do?
Go to work,
Aren't you going back to the Lu Corporation, not managing the company anymore?
wherever I am, is the headquarters. My dear wife, so worried about the Lu Corporation. Why don't you come back with me?
I don't know you. What wife? Lu Chuan. I'm going home now. If you keep following me, I'll call the police.
I'm going home too. Who says I'm following you? Why are you looking at me like that? I bought that building.
Look, your face has turned green with anger. Chuaner, I see you're serious this time.
Ji and she agreed to marry you, and yet you come here to bother me.
Why do you always rub salt in my wounds? I'm telling you, as soon as our daughter is born, I'll marry Ji and she.
It's already confirmed to be a girl.
Ain't that the truth? This is the ultrasound.
Oh, forget it, I'm not interested.
You honestly, how could she fall for you? So boring.
You follow me even when I'm taking a walk.
We go to work together every day, get off work together, and take walks together. Doesn't it feel like we're two peas in a pod?
Well, I've been to peas in a pod. With most of the world.
That's different. We even share a bed. Living in perfect harmony.
That's not exclusive to you either.
Doesn't matter.
What? The Lu family is self-destructing their business. The Wu family's industry chain has suffered a heavy blow.
The film was
I'll be right back.
translated and narrated by M Media.
I will eliminate all enemies. After all, I'm a domineering CEO.
It's not that Lu Chuan is disappointed.
Jian Zai knows you're in C City. For doing what?
How can you talk like that? Don't worry, he's handling some things. Soon.
It would be better if he died. I'd rather he not come back.
Thank you for this. But don't think you can win back Sushia by using the Wu family's situation to tie me down. How much did you lose this time?
Not much, just a few billion.
You're ruthless. But if you really do, win back Sushia this time. Don't lose her again.
If it weren't for your deep affection for Suzia, the Wu family would be gone.
You're stalking me.
I'm getting old. Still need more practice.
A pet lives 1,000 years. You don't need practice.
No way of beauty can cause chaos across 9 states. I need to be ready to suppress it at any time.
Crazy.
I love you.
Get lost.